Let me ask you this. What if the moment you've been waiting years for just became reality? What if the banks that once turned you away are now quietly opening their doors for IQD and VND exchanges? Yes, it's happening. Right now, not just in rumors or forums, but in real conversations, behind closed doors with some of the biggest banks in the United States. Wells Fargo, Chase, Bank of America, and a few others are no longer just watching the market. They're acting, quietly, intentionally, and selective. This isn't about hype. It's about a massive financial shift that's only available to those paying attention. Today, we're going to break down what's really happening with IQD and VND exchanges, why U.S. banks are moving now, how you can prepare, and most importantly, what to avoid. If you've been holding on, researching, and waiting, this episode is for you. You'll want to stay with us until the end. Something very real has begun. Reports are now coming in that several Tier 1 U.S. banks have started low-profile IQD and VND exchange operations. These exchanges aren't being advertised on billboards or blasted across news networks. They're being handled through quiet appointments, selective notifications, and internal memos, often through private banking or wealth management departments. But why now? And why is it happening this way? The answer is timing and preparation. For years, the global monetary system has been shifting behind the scenes. Agreements have been discussed, systems tested, and currencies evaluated. Now, it seems the green light has been given, at least for a limited group. This includes those who've been labeled as Tier 4B. The informed individuals holding foreign currencies who aren't part of elite circles, but have stayed alert, patient, and prepared. This quiet rollout could be the start of something big. Let's take a closer look at which banks are making moves. Wells Fargo is currently being discussed as one of the key players in early exchanges. Some insiders have said that select customers are receiving private messages or calls for appointment. Chase Bank has also been mentioned, reportedly preparing specific locations and teams to handle exchanges discreetly. Bank of America appears to be watching closely and may be joining the wave soon. But none of this is happening publicly. If you walk into your local branch and ask casually, most frontline staff may know nothing about it. That's why being informed and respectful is key. This isn't about walking in and demanding nanders. It's about knowing how to move when your moment arrives. Remember, these exchanges are happening for people who are ready, not just with currency in hand, but with the right mindset, documents, and clarity. So how does one prepare for an exchange opportunity like this? First, keep your documents organized. This includes your currency receipts, IDs, proof of purchase, and anything related to your financial profile. Some banks may ask for a summary of how you acquired your IQD or VND. Others might require basic financial planning discussions before completing the exchange. This is especially true if your potential return is large enough to move you into high net worth territory. Second, don't talk too much. Keep your intentions private. There's no need to share everything with strangers or even with friends who aren't on the same path. The more silent you are, the smoother your path will be. These early exchanges are not for public eyes. They're happening quietly, for a reason. Respect that energy, and you'll be guided properly when your time comes. Now let's talk about what to avoid. Scams are rising again. Anytime real movement happens in a financial space, especially around currency exchange, people with bad intentions come out. If someone contacts you claiming to guarantee a rate or says they can exchange your IQD or VND early for a fee, walk away. No real exchange requires upfront payment. Also, avoid giving out personal or banking information to unverified sources. Some people pretending to be advisors or intel leaders are only looking to gather your data or lead you into a trap. The legitimate banks conducting early exchanges will do so through secure appointments and verified branches. Never via social media or messaging apps. Stay alert, stay informed, and most of all, stay safe. The buzz around IQD and VND is stronger now than ever before. Currency holders around the world are checking inboxes, monitoring calls, and watching platforms for silent signals. Why these two currencies specifically? Iraq and Vietnam are countries with immense economic potential. Iraq has oil and natural resource wealth, while Vietnam has strong export power and growing global trade ties. Both countries have taken steps in recent years to stabilize their economies, increase transparency, and attract foreign investment. These factors are key to any currency revaluation or adjustment. For years, many doubted it would happen. But now, movement is being seen, not as a theory, but as action. If you're holding IQD or VND, it means your time might be closer than you think. But preparation is everything. Review your folders, your backup plans, and your goals. Don't just think about how much you'll get, think about what you'll do with it. Have a financial planner or tax expert in mind. Understand your tax responsibilities, your asset protection strategies, and your longer-term vision. This exchange isn't just about wealth, it's about stewardship, how you manage it, grow it, and use it to build your future. The people who succeed during this phase will be the ones who walk in calm, confident, and prepared. Let's address another important question. What if you haven't heard anything yet? What if no one has called you, no message has arrived, and your banker still acts like this is all fantasy? Don't panic, the process is rolling out in waves. Early access doesn't mean exclusive access. Think of it like boarding a plane. Some people get priority, but everyone eventually takes their seat. If you've stayed alert, informed, and focused, your moment will come. Just because it hasn't happened today doesn't mean it's not happening at all. Use this time to double-check everything. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. There's also talk that specific locations have been activated across the country for exchange. These aren't public redemption centers or flashy events. These are controlled environments where people are vetted, verified, and guided through the process. If you are contacted, expect to sign NDAs or confidentiality agreements. Expect your privacy to be respected, but also expected in return. Banks want this process to go smoothly. They don't want media attention, social media drama, or chaos. That's why it's happening this way. Discreet, precise, and focused. And the more you align with that energy, the more smoothly your journey will go. What about exchange rate? This is the question on everyone's mind. While no confirmed rates are being posted publicly, many are hearing whispers of significantly increased value, especially for the IQD. Some reports suggest rates ranging from $3 to $4 per dinar. For the VND, numbers vary widely, from cents to a buck. But again, don't base your actions on rumors. Wait until you're in the room with your banker before making any decisions. Don't get caught in the emotional waves of rate chatter. Focus instead on preparing your questions, understanding the process, and staying balanced. Here's something else to think about. Emotions. When this exchange moment comes, it may feel overwhelming. After years of waiting, learning, and hoping, it can be emotional. Some people cry, others freeze. Some rush and make mistakes. That's why you must center yourself. Take a deep breath. Remember your plan. This isn't a lottery win. It's a financial shift that you were prepared for. Keep your energy calm, focused, humble. You don't need to rush. You just need to move with clarity. And remember, the people helping you at the bank, they're professionals. But they're also just people. Treat them with respect, and it will go a long way. Verifications may be done. Compliance teams may review everything. This is normal. Banks have to follow protocols to avoid fraud, money laundering, or legal issues. Don't let delays shake you. The process has begun. That alone is a victory. The rest is just the system catching up. Think of this as the beginning of a new chapter, not the end of the story. You've done the hard part, waiting through years of silence, doubt, and confusion. Now that the wheels are turning, let the process unfold. To those who still say, "I'll believe it when I see it," we get it, but signs are everywhere now. Silence from top voices, quiet confirmations, movement without noise. It's not hype anymore. It's momentum. You can feel it, and soon, you may be living it. If you've stayed faithful, held your currencies, and continued learning, this moment was built for you. The key now is maturity. Be wise with your words, your time, and your money. Great change requires great responsibility, and you're stepping into a life-changing opportunity, one that could not only change your financial future, but impact your entire generation. Watch your inbox, check your messages, keep your documents ready, review your plan, and most of all, stay calm. You didn't come this far to lose focus now. The exchanges are real, the banks are moving, and the wave is here. If you're part of Tier 4B, then yes, it's personal. This is your window. Quiet, powerful, real. So hold on to your vision, let go of the noise, and when the time comes, walk in with confidence, because everything you've waited for may have just begun. Welcome to your moment. Welcome to the future. Welcome to the Iraqi Dinar News channel, where your wealth story begins.